Welcome
to the We Out Here MMA show. Live your life, follow your heart. Mufasa, the Lion King, is a story. It talks about a son and his father and his uncle. Oh my gosh, family dynamics in the animal kingdom is the same as ours.
Don't forget.
Look inside yourself. I'm Mufasa, Alex is Timber, Nick is a tree. And Nick is a tree in a movie.
Don't forget.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to We Out Here MMA show, not podcast, but now podcast. Link down below if you're watching on video. If you're listening, why am I telling you this? You're already listening. All right, guys, welcome to
If you're listening, stop listening. Go to the YouTube and click the link from there to go listen.
Which also helps the show. We get more views that way.
Turn both on at the same time and cue it up perfectly. Right?
Wow,
No?
Nick, you sound muffled. I love it.
Do I sound muffled?
Yeah. You sounded clear the whole time until now.
We literally did a sound check, and now you want to tell me this?
Tap your mic. Oh, okay. I guess it's good.
Is it just me? Is it just my voice?
You know what I think it is? I think it's because you've been having a lot of fun in the sun, and Papa forgot how to talk. Nick, why are you in a Motel 8? Tell everyone where you are.
Whoa, I'm in the Airbnb.
He has COVID. I'm sorry.
In Hawaii. Okay, and Hawaii is way safer on their COVID protocols than probably any other state in the U.S. And that's just facts. Everybody follows the rules. Everybody wears masks, and they say, don't spread germs, spread aloha. Come on, dude.
Wow, give it up for the Hawaiians. That's great.
Hawaii's beautiful, man. I think I'm gonna move here, so I'm not coming back, you guys.
I told you, we got one more person in this group that's got to go to Hawaii.
Of course.
Nick's wife.
Tiff's just farting up a storm on the couch right now.
Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii. I really want to go, actually.
I was telling Nick that
love
we
it.
should take the guys and we should all just go there for a food/MMA training tour and just vlog the whole thing.
Yeah.
We just got to get someone to sponsor it because I don't know if we could afford all just to fly out there and eat the whole time.
I'm down, and I'll bring my laptop and we'll stream all of it, too.
Oh, speaking about streaming, Alex, I heard that you're on this new little project where you're not streaming just gameplay, but you're streaming you lifting weights. Is this fact or fiction?
It's fact because I'm getting into I'm gonna start powerlifting again.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna help me keep myself accountable. I'm gonna stream it because people said they wanted to see it. So if I stream it all the time, people are expecting it, so I have to go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? But
and it's with my boy Alfonso, and then also, sorry to cut you off, Gil, but also we're gonna start streaming our mitt holding sessions too.
No, we're not. Those are trade secrets, and we won't do that. Sorry.
Oh,
we're gonna shoot that one down.
Really quick, guys, before we kick off with what we got today, because guys, really quick, just to give you a little background of what we're doing today, or a little foreshadowing. We don't have to talk about any fights that happened last week because no fights happened. So we're going to do some fight news, talk about some fights we're excited for this year, and also talk about the upcoming card with Calvin Kattar and Max Holloway, where Nick is he's actually with him in Hawaii right now.
Yeah,
he's actually with 3 of the fighters in Hawaii right now, including Punahele Soriano and Justin Tafa. It's great.
That's a good.
Actually,
Justin Tafa's from New Zealand, isn't he?
Justin Tafa is not.
They're all Hawaiian. they're all. Is that racist? Is that racist? I feel like people are. It's okay to be like they're all Hawaiian. It's like brother, Hawaii.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, so many people have thrown us the shaka, and we're collecting them like charms.
But are they all white though? That's the real question.
Yeah, and they're all wearing shoes on the beach. So, dude, what's up? What's up with people that come to Hawaii and wear shoes to the beach? We went on a trail the other day. I'm just gonna share the story really quick.
Go ahead.
And we're in the rainforest because Hawaii's mostly fucking rainforest, right? This gentleman, and I bet you can guess what race he is. He came up and he goes,
white.
Yep. And he goes, "Is this trail muddy?" And it's like, yeah, dude, we're in the fucking rainforest. And it just what are you talking
and he was like, yippee-ki-yay, and then just started running through the mud, right?
Nah, like he was there and like bummed out to be there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, thanks, babe.
Oh, are we recording a show? Are we recording a show?
Hey,
are we not live?
Shout out to our special guest, Tiff.
Tiff on the couch. Babe, if you're gonna talk on the mic, you gotta get up here, okay? If you're gonna talk, you gotta come up to the mic. I love you. I'm sorry.
Wow, marriage issues, guys. Even in Hawaii, that's why you got to work on them. Really quick shout out to one of our listeners. If you guys remember, me and Alex and Nick, we did a live stream, and we met a listener of the show. His name was Jordan King. Jordan King is a young man, I believe, in South Carolina, one of the Carolinas.
Jordan King.
Yep. And Jordan King was nervous about a competition. He was asking advice from Nick of like, how should I feel about it? What should I be prepared for? And guess what? Our boy Jordan King of the We Out Here MMA show, not podcast, but now podcast, placed second in his first jiu-jitsu competition. Wow. Round of applause for Jordan King.
Do you have a podium picture?
And he's active in my Twitch every single day. So shout out to him. Every single day he's in my Twitch.
Does he have a podium picture at all? I want to see this man on
the Let me call him because I have his number. God, Nick! Okay, guys, moving on. Asking for assets we do not have in the middle of a show. Wife yelling at him. God.
That's my wife.
Okay, we got it. All right, we got it. Guys, let's just start off with a little softball question to both of you. This is our first actual episode of the new 2021 year. I guess I wouldn't count our last one. It was more of a New Year's show, but it's our actual official episode for the new year. I'm gonna just put it out there. This is just to see what happens. I'm gonna ask you, what fight do you think is gonna be the best fight of the year? And we're gonna see if that actually comes true and who has the best foresight. Now I present you with the segment called The Matrix. Nick.
I'm
AKA
in, baby.
Oracle cauliflower ear. What's the best fight of the year for 2021?
I think it's right
now. And you could be fights that aren't even announced yet. So it's like something happened. Oh, fuck. Just kidding. I was just
You're such a fucking idiot, dude. I would say my personal pick is Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington. That's the fight out.
That is going to probably happen. But Trump has to be unbanned first before Jorge comes back to the UFC. So think about that. Whoever
wins gets to be Trump's fucking like VP. That's because Mike Pence is out. So he's whoever wins is going to replace him.
Bro, if the UFC was smart, they would play into that dumbness. Just like the what is it, the badass thing? Do like, Trump's, like the Trump award between those two dummies.
Well, you know what? It seems like Jorge Masvidal is more of a rider for Trump than Colby Covington in a lot of ways. Because Colby seems like he's just doing it for the show.
Yeah, into
it's
Jorge is like
he's diehard, bro. He said he's going to leave Twitter. That was a story that came out too. He's like, if Trump's out of Twitter, I'm off Twitter too. And everyone's like, okay, cool.
That's how I feel about Bruce Willis. If he leaves the industry, I'm out of the industry.
Yeah, no more Die Hard movies, dude. That's
it. Hey, Die Hard, my shit though. Sorry.
Yo, thick booty Oracle. What fight do you have for 2021?
Fuck.
Yeah, keep breathing.
Jake Paul, Nate Robinson 2. Come back.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
Fight that I'm probably just MMA or in fights in general?
No, MMA. God, Nick, you're just throwing it
off. I don't know. So yeah, that one's a pretty good one. The Jorge and Colby. I don't know. I kind of want to see.
You guys are like, come on.
It's hard because I probably want to see the fight that I really want to see, and I hope it happens is John Jones and Izzy.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't think it's going to because Jones is making it like saying he's not going to 205.
Hey,
but Izzy did say that he wants to go up to heavyweight. So
no, but you're the Oracle. You're the Oracle. You're big, thick booty Oracle. Tell me what fight will be the best year of the fight. What will be? Go.
Oh, what will be the best fight?
We're predicting, man, because we're gonna see if it comes true. Literally, so this segment is called "Welcome to the Matrix."
Oh, okay, what will be the best fight? I thought it was like what fights I think they'll make. I don't think Colby and Jorge will be a good fight because I think Colby's just gonna try and wrestle him the whole time. I think it might be that sense, like the Kamaru fight.
I got shit on my pick, dude.
Yeah, just give me your pick. Why is this so difficult?
So like basically one time I was. Bro, want to know why I'm doing this, Gilbert? Because you threw me off. This isn't on show notes, and I had no time to think about it.
Yeah, you changed the question kind of.
I had zero time to think about this. So
that's why we're testing you. The audience wants to see can Alex improvise in new situations. Come on.
Even the way Gilbert asked the question kind of changes my answer, too. Also.
Welcome to the Matrix.
I think Francis Ngannou and John Jones is going to be one of the craziest fights this year.
There we go. Done. And you know what? What I think I'm going to say, mine is honestly going to be Izzy, and it's going to be John. It's going to happen. I'm going to call it December 31st, 2021. Best fight of the year.
And it falls on a Wednesday night. Perfect. Thanks, Gil.
Oh, damn, it is a Wednesday on Christmas. It's on 25th. Alex, what is that in my ear? Look at Nick's smile, his boy smile.
I love bits, and I like seeing them in action.
Welcome to the WH Morning News, live in Honolulu, Hawaii. Okapoko.
It's not a thing. Okapoko's not a thing. Is that a thing?
Guys, first piece of news is Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling on the UFC 259 card. Guess what? Not just one title fight. We got 3. We also have Amanda Nunes versus our girl from Twitch, Megan Anderson, and Stylebender versus the Polish Sausage Power. Guys, how do you feel about that? 3 title fights in one card. Nick, initial thoughts? Do you like that idea?
I love it. I just hope nobody gets COVID and nobody pulls out.
Cool.
That's the one thing I'm worried about nowadays, because it's just like everything is a possibility now. Any fight that gets announced, I'm always like, okay, hope we'll see what happens on fight week, because who knows who makes it to the fight now, especially nowadays.
Unless you're Kevin Holland and you get it for 4 days and then test negative. And then
I heard Kevin Holland's the alternate for the Megan Anderson Amanda Nunes fight, and he's going to be ready no matter what.
That's a pretty dope. You could see him also selling that and us getting excited about it and not realizing, wow, a man's beating up a woman right now. And we're like, okay with it.
He knocks her out. We're like, oh my God, he's so good.
He did it off his back. Oh, I didn't do that. Alex, I have a question for you. This is more from a UFC perspective. Do you think when you see that they put 3 title fights on the card, do you go, wow, they just want to stack this card? Or does the UFC thinking, oh my gosh, we don't think there's enough star power on these individually, so we need to get this out more. We're going to put more title fights and make 3 title fights as the marquee rather than the fighters themselves?
Not too much, because I feel like Izzy could headline a card by himself and then it's big enough. So like,
do we know his number? Are his pay-per-views even I don't even know if his pay-per-views are good. I'm
sure they're pretty good. I'm sure they're pretty up there. But I think they do 3 title fights a good amount of times actually. Sometimes there's like a good amount. Sometimes like there's 2 cards a year that have 3 title fights.
Was the Kumara, was that a title fight? The last
that
one
was
he
3.
did?
Yeah, Jorge.
3, right? Yeah.
Alexander and Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, so there's they do it. It's not like it's like new or weird. But yeah, because my whole thing is like Stylebender could definitely, especially because it's for the 205. He could be his own headliner for a fight card. Yeah. I just think timing wise, it's probably just like the best time. And all I know is that my boy Aljamain Sterling coming in more.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to also, because I feel like the Nunes and the Anderson fight got pushed back, and it's also the Sterling Yan, that division's got to get moving. So I think you're right. It is the right time. They're like, we might as well just throw it all in one card. Alex, we'll stick with you really quick. Who do you got for the Peter Yan and Sterling fight?
Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling should have got the title fight before him. Anyways, he should have fought Jose Aldo, or they should have fought the first time. And Aljamain Sterling's going to be champ after that fight.
Hawaii Nick, what do you got?
I got Aljamain. I think he's on a roll right now.
Also, my prediction for Aljamain, he's going to be champ for a minute.
What is a minute? 2 or 3 fights?
I say 5 to 6.
Wow.
You're going to give him it's almost like a GSP kind of reign. Why?
Wow.
Why do you say that about Sterling?
Because his wrestling and his ground game is so good, and his striking so like unorthodox and like wild kind of that he puts everything together so well. And like say right now, I think like the last fight he lost was Marlon Moraes, and that was kind of just like it wasn't a lucky knockout, but it was kind of like, he took a shot right when he threw a kick. Yeah. And Marlon even said, he's like, I didn't mean to hit him with my knee. I tried to throw a kick. He just ran into my knee. So obviously we see how Marlon's doing, right? I think Aljamain would beat him if they rematched. I think he's going to be champ for a little bit.
Don't listen to what Alex has to say because he's very biased against Marlon Moraes and he really doesn't like him.
Well, Nick, let's stick with you. Alex says Aljamain's going to stick around for 5 title fights. I don't believe that. And Nick, you know that division pretty well. Who do you think would actually match up with him to kind of stop that? Because, like, say he won against Pietor. I don't even know. I mean, I think he's going to win, but that's a tough fight. There's still a lot of matchups there where I don't think Sterling is safe. Who do you think that could be?
I think Cody Garbrandt is one. He's always going to be like a really difficult person to deal with, just from top to bottom, for whether it's ground game or like, you know, his defense, his wrestling defense is pretty good, and he has so much power in his hands, you know. So he's always going to be a name that we're going to talk about when we're talking about like title contendership, right? Then not even to mention Jose Aldo, you got to throw his name in there too. I know he lost a couple fights, but he's still going to be a top contender. And then you're going to even Henry Cejudo. That dude, I really don't buy for a second that he's retired. Mm-hmm. I think he's just waiting for a big payday.
I agree.
And he might look for an opportunity to fight a guy like Aljo, and might come in, especially if he beats Peter Yan, which is a high possibility in my eyes. So I feel like there's a lot of, and 135, they just have so much talent. It's from first top 10. Any one of those guys gets on a win streak, they could easily fight for the title pretty quickly. So I don't know, man. I think it's not against Aljamain's skill level, but it's more about how deep the division is, because it's a very stacked division. I think besides the 155 division, you're looking at one of the most talented divisions in the UFC, like top 3.
Boom, Alex, you got served.
Yeah,
the papers.
But Alex he rides for Aljo really hard. You know what I mean? So I get it. Aljo's a beast and he's an animal. But I feel like if he could hold that belt for 5 to 6 fights, he's the bantamweight GOAT. Who's going to stop that guy, especially in this era?
And it's so weird to say that we're even saying Aljamain's GOAT. Like, I would never have thought that until like now.
No.
That's kind of crazy.
Wait, baby.
But he still has to beat Peter Yan. He still has to beat Peter.
But really quick, because you said, like, I'm just really curious, Alex. I feel like your new guy right now is Sterling, like, to be kind of like the flying under the radar, like, GOAT. And before, I feel like it was Gaethje. You'd always go like, ka, and he back.
Well, that's a different weight class.
No, listen. I'm trying to say now, like, for Aljo, what is his thing? Because Gaethje would always go, back flip, yeah. So,
ready?
Can you show us what Aljo's win is? Continue. Go ahead.
Runs forward.
Oh, he goes straight. He goes straight to the rear naked.
Oh, it's quiet. It goes.
So that's him. That's him running around,
but with big hair. With big hair though.
Oh, it is the.
Yeah.
Wow, his jiu-jitsu, dude. He's a Matt Serra black belt. Watch, I think he's slept on. I've been a huge Aljamain fan for a while too, not just recent. So don't come up in here with that bandwagon bullshit. I've been riding for Aljo for a minute, just like Nick said. And I tell you, he's about to be a champ for a minute.
Corey Sandhagen is going to beat him.
Oh!
Part 2. You got a sports psychologist now, dude. He's good.
That don't matter.
You see what happens when fighters get sports psychologists?
Name the fighters.
They come back. Anthony
guess
Pettis.
what? Guess what? Aljamain just got engaged, so that's a whole different type of
Oh shit! He's fighting for his fiance and his wife.
And she's half Salvadorian, so shout out her.
Oh shit!
We just found out from our producers the woman is actually Tiff. She's cheating on you. She's cheating on you.
With Aljo? That's all right. He's a stud, that guy.
It's okay. I'll be the cuck.
I'll be able to beat him up.
All right, guys, the next piece of news, Dana White, as we know, is in Abu Dhabi. His good buddy, Khabib.
You almost said it wrong, bro.
I almost said it. Khabib is also going to be in Abu Dhabi to discuss what you guys thought last time was to talk Eagle MMA. But Dana White revealed, you know what? I'm going to press him to take one more fight. Nick, does Dana get the job done?
Nah. I don't think he does.
Alec Acosta, does he get the job done?
Nah, I don't think he does.
Alex, does Tiff leave Nick for Aljo Sterling?
Nah, I don't think she does.
Did you hear? She goes, yeah.
She's like fantasizing about it. You hear that laugh? She was like, it was too like,
Hey, Nick, we see Nick. He comes back with big hair all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a gold chain.
And we're like, whoa, dude, stop doing blackface, Nick. Jeez. Take it down a notch. Stop being so thirsty.
I don't think Habib fights again, bro. What fight is there for him? Tony is out of the picture.
Conor.
But I mean, he's gonna. Dude. I feel like Dana White wants Conor to be able to beat Habib so bad, bro. But it's just not gonna happen.
I'll say this, okay.
Go ahead, Nick, give us your theories.
Nick's like, his foot was a balloon.
Foot was a balloon. Okay, I'm a big McGregor fan, but I'm also not recently, but I'm a lot bigger of a Habib fan.
You were, I would say you definitely really got into him that last fight. The Gaethje fight. You were like crying every interview and shit.
I love the story, and I rewatched that interview so many times. I love Habib. Habib's the guy. He's the GOAT in my eyes, right? Depending how Conor looks in this Dustin Poirier fight, which I think he's going to look pretty good, and if he gets past Dustin, if he beats him under 60 seconds like he said he's going to do, I feel like that's a great storyline to get those guys to fight, because out of all the fighters that fought Habib, Conor made it the most competitive for the most part, but he did still get smashed out. Let's be real here. But on the scale of out of all the fighters that Habib has fought, he gave him the most amount of work, it seemed like. And even Habib says the Conor fight was one of his hardest fights.
Dustin had him in such a hard submission.
Nah, but just by that alone, if you look at the rest of the fight, Habib,
but Dustin had him in a hard position, Nick.
It's true.
Here's my thing. Habib purposely like, all right, round 3, I'm going to just stand up with Conor. Let's just see what this is about, because everybody says, oh, my God, he's so dangerous. Oh, man. And then Habib just ate everything and went forward. And he's like, all right, I'm done. All right, I checked to stand up. All right. And then round 4, he's like, hey, give me that jaw right quick, bitch. And then just fucking did it, bro. Round 1 and 2 was just like Habib all day, baby. Inshallah all day, baby. Let's go. It's going to be the same thing, bro. It's going to be the same exact thing.
But it doesn't matter if he doesn't come back.
Yeah, I agree.
But, I mean, it does make sense because a lot of people will watch it because it's Conor and Habib, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think Habib is he's so, like, such a martial artist that he like he always says, Dana White was even saying Habib has so much money that like something about money won't get him out to fight, right?
I'll say this. Here's a proposition. If Conor beats Dustin, right? And then would you rather see Conor fight? Sorry, let me redo this. Let's say Conor beats Dustin and say Michael Chandler beats Dan Hooker.
My guy.
Right? Let's say that. Would you rather see Conor Habib rematch, or would you rather see Conor versus Michael Chandler? Who would you rather watch?
Because Conor has a better chance of beating Michael Chandler.
Gil, what do you think?
Habib, baby.
That's what I would rather see too. As much, I'm in the camp.
I'm Chandler, like, I'm Chandler.
This guy loves Chandler,
and Conor beats Chandler.
I think it's a tough fight for Conor.
I don't even like Conor. But Conor beats Chandler.
Yeah, but see how we're not even excited about you saying that? It's like...
Okay, but on the flip side, because to me, I think Conor versus Chandler is more exciting than Conor versus Hooker, to me personally. What do you think?
No, actually, no, not for me, because Hooker is such a good striker, and he's really tall. Yeah. So honestly, I would love to see Conor and Hooker, because, I mean, they're so good at their types of striking. That fight always has interested me because I want to see how each one reacts with each other.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd be more excited the actual fight itself with Chandler, but I think on a promotional level and the idea of how Conor would probably start going in at City Kickboxing, Izzy would get involved. Dan is, he likes to get in people's faces. He doesn't mind talking a little, New Zealand Kiwi trash. I think that would be obviously a more exciting fight because Chandler would basically just like be praying for Conor.
And they're both so good at striking. That fight would be cool.
It would. But in the end, why wouldn't you want to see Habib and Conor again? Maybe you don't want to see the fight because you already know the outcome, but it's like, look, I don't know. I feel like that's just what you would have to do if Conor wins.
Especially with this Conor that's like not even talking that much trash right now. Like,
look, if Khabib is a real martial artist, he's not doing it for the money, so it has to be a fight that's going to excite him. And I think Conor can still figure. I think Conor will figure a way out. He won't take like the crazy approach, but I think he will smack talk in a way where it's like martial art versus martial artist, no money. He'll do something where it's like no money for the fight, and like we all give it to charity.
The only way he does it if he starts talking shit about his father, who's now passed.
I don't think Conor can go that low.
I know, but see, that's the thing. Habib says he's not going to fight Conor again. I don't think that's going to happen.
See, it's also how Alex believes every fighter that retires. Alex, like they're not going to fight again.
Hey, Habib's different though. Habib
is different.
Habib is different. Like Henry Cejudo, I could easily see him coming back. There's no fight. The Tony Ferguson Habib fight is out the window because Tony's been smashed his last 2 fights. That fight is no one wants to see that anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, Habib beats Hooker, he beats Chandler, he beats Gaethje, he beat Dustin, he beat Conor.
He beat Conor, but did he beat Conor 2.0?
Oh, see, that's the storyline. They're going to use that story.
If you roll your eyes one more time and curl your toes, Alex, I swear to God.
This is what people do with Conor. If Conor loses this next fight, when Conor comes back, look at Conor though. This is Conor 3.0. It's just gonna keep going up.
They're gonna go all the way to 10.0. 10.0. When Conor goes to 10.0, right?
No. Man, Nick. Some people are just haters in this world, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Alex, why you hating, bro? Come on, you got to admit, Conor. If you don't like the trash talk and all that shit, he is one of the most skilled fighters in the UFC. Period.
Please, he has some. I would say he has some of the best striking in the UFC. I wouldn't say he's one of the best fighters.
No, you wouldn't.
No, he has some of the best striking.
Champ.
He has some of the best striking.
So are you trying to say? So would you say anyone that he's fought, that he's beat, you would say those fighters are not that good at fighters?
No, definitely no.
So like, if he's
the Melendez, not Melendez, Chad Mendes fight, that was pretty impressive because Chad Mendes is really good.
So he's one of the top fighters. He beat one of the top wrestlers in the 145 at that time.
All right, so how about this? How about we just throw a wild card in there? Since we're challenging Conor's ground game, how do you think he does against Charles Oliveira if they were to fight?
Bro, see, before Charles Oliveira's last fight, I was like Conor smashes him all day. But bro, Charles Oliveira's look big and he looks strong and his striking looks good.
Stop. Conor wins that, and dare I say Conor does a reversal on Oliveira. Here's why. Because he did it to Nate Diaz, and people are so underestimated when he fucking tripped Nate Diaz.
Here's my thing though. He did
a reversal on Nate, 209 Jiu-Jitsu Diaz.
Hey, here's my thing with if Nate fought Charles Oliveira smashes him. Charles Oliveira he's impressed me.
Say smashes one more time.
He's impressed me a lot, bro. He's impressed me a lot.
I think Alex is right on that.
And if he takes down Conor, it's a fucking wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
Look,
it's a wrap.
Okay, here's what we've learned from this. There's a lot of options out there, including Tiff's next husband, which is Aljamain Sterling. All right, guys, let's move on to our next event of this podcast/show/now podcast is our quick pick picks with Lift God and Nick the Ear. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, gentlemen. We're here at the main event. We have Max Holloway.
Nick, let's start it.
Max Holloway with another boy, Calvin Boston Kattar. I don't know what to say, guys.
He does double fist, huh?
Gentlemen, we have a really great fight here. I'm very excited for this. If you're going to put your first fight on network TV, since Fox in 2018, it's going to be on ABC, which is also crazy, which means more people are going to watch this. Of course, you're going to put a fight like this. Holloway versus Kattar. Holloway, the type of guy to move forward. Kattar, literally not scared of anyone and loves throwing really soft twos for those nasty hooks.
Soft twos.
Soft. Look at this.
God. He loves throwing 1-2-1s too. I love that shit.
We have two fighters here, a former champion. We have a guy on the rise. Both identical, I believe, in height. Just the body, even I would say Kattar's probably just a little broader in the shoulders, but pretty much two tall fighters that move forward. This is very exciting. Nick, what do you like about Max in this fight?
All right, so Calvin Kattar is a really tough matchup for Max. I think he's a tough matchup for anyone in the 145 division. And I feel like when we talk about Calvin Kattar, we're talking about like future champ status, you know? But going to Max Holloway, I feel like where Calvin Kattar is really going to, where the moments where we've seen him struggle in fights is when guys throw a lot of variety and they keep him at like a kicking range. So I feel like that's what Max Holloway is going to probably be doing, is having a really, really diverse striking attack, a lot of length. I feel like if he were to just box with Calvin Kattar, it's going to do Max Holloway a giant disservice as far as the skills that he has in his toolbox. Because Max Holloway is an amazing kickboxer. And then more recently, he started to kind of fall in love with the boxing and just standing up and just piecing people up. And you saw that kickboxing game kind of return when he fought Alex Volkanovski the second time. A lot more kicks, a lot more like knees, a lot more push kicks, things like that, where I feel like that's what got Max Holloway to where he was. But I do think Max Holloway could pull this one off. I don't think it's an easy fight for him, but I feel like with his experience and with the diversity that he has with his kicks and his kickboxing in general, and not to mention even a stand-up, like I wouldn't be surprised if Max Holloway subs Calvin Kattar. Mm-hmm. Because his jiu-jitsu is very underrated. He almost took out Dustin Poirier. If it wasn't for and Dustin Poirier has a serious ground game. And if it wasn't for the bell going out of time, dude, he would have, I think he hit him with the anaconda, and it was textbook. Like he was out. Like it would have been done. So I feel like even though we can't really say that we've seen Calvin Kattar be in trouble on the ground at all, but I feel like if Max Holloway is so good
on the feet, Moicano.
Oh yeah, that's right. He dropped him, didn't he? And then he subbed him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that could definitely happen. That's a possibility. And I feel like Max has the skill set and the championship mentality and the experience. He has everything going for him going into this fight. But it is a tough fight because Calvin Kattar is so dangerous. He's probably the bigger puncher as far as he hits harder, but he does need he needs to touch Max Holloway in this.
Yeah. So just jumping off that, Alex, I mean, it's kind of out there in terms of like, wow, what Max brings to this, but like, how does a guy, up and coming guy like Calvin Kattar, what does he have to do to like dethrone a former champ? Because like he's on the rise, but this is a whole different type of fight. I want to say this is his first 5 round, maybe.
No, no. His last fight with Dan Ige was 5 rounds.
5. So what does Calvin Kattar have to do?
I'm not sure. You know, I'm going for Max on this one, so I don't want to like.
Yeah, because we're not at the picks yet, but you're supposed to provide some commentary for the audience.
What Calvin Kattar has to do is here's what I think he has to do to win this fight. He has to knock out Holloway
early on. You don't think he can last as long in terms of stamina?
I think he can. I think he showed that in his last fight. But I think as the fight goes longer, it probably gets worse for him fighting someone like Max. Because Max has done these, and Max tends to look better as the rounds go on. So Calvin Kattar kind of showed that in the Zabit fight when it went a little, like at the last round, he started turning it up looking good. But I just think Holloway has so much experience, and Holloway always gets better. When you see Kattar fight someone that he doesn't knock out, the fight is always a lot more even in a sense. So, and then the big, so that's my answer for your question, was how Kattar can beat Holloway. I think the only way he can honestly beat him is knocking him out.
Catching him early.
Let's just get you. I think you just said it already, but just to make it official, who do you got in this fight?
I got
by what though? You know,
I got Holloway. I think it's a decision. I think it's the first round is kind of like the fill out session. But what Nick was saying, the kicks are going to be a big factor in this, because I've been a huge Calvin Kattar fan since he was very, very, like, no one really knew who it was.
6 years old, yeah.
My whole thing was, I remember telling my friend Josh, who used to work with me at Super Rare,
Thompson, yeah.
I was always like, I hope Max Holloway is like retired or moved up to 155 by the time Calvin Kattar gets up there, because I didn't want them to fight. These are the two guys I did not want to fight. So when it's a bummer that they have to fight because I'm a huge fan of both of them. But I think the big key in this is Max Holloway using his kicks. And Max Holloway took bombs from Dustin Poirier at 155. So I think for Kattar to knock out Max, it's going to be very hard. And I just think that's probably one of his only avenues for him to finish him. And then what Nick said, the ground game. I mean, Max has good ground game. So if anything, Max might just, be like, you know what, I'm just going to take him down and submit him. But I think Max has a lot more ways to win this fight than Calvin Kattar does.
Mm-hmm. Nick, give us your official pick and how.
I'm going Max Holloway in a 4th round submission.
You're biased. You're biased. You've been eating in Hawaii for the past 5 days. You're being biased. Be honest.
Let's go.
Shout out, brother.
He's going to get this faca. That's what they say.
He's going to get this faca.
Guys, I love Max Holloway. You've been cheering him since the first time he lost to Dustin Diamond Poirier.
This motherfucker, dude.
I mean,
this guy.
I think you guys are being a little soft, being a little ridiculous because you guys freaking play Warzone with him. So you guys are being little bitches. And that you don't want to fight against him so he won't play video games with you anymore. But guess what?
I played 2 games with him, bro.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay?
That's
played
it.
0.
Yeah, but you went to his poke restaurant the other day.
Max Holloway's poke spot, yeah.
Does he own a poke spot?
Yeah, Maguro Brothers.
Maguro Brothers.
Oh, does he really own one? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a chain. They have a couple places out in Hawaii. Maguro
nice.
Brothers. Shout out to Maguro Brothers.
Shout out to Maguro there. Nick didn't like it, but he's ridiculous.
And he has his own supermarket chain called Foodland. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but Calvin Kattar owns Ralph. And so that's why my pick is going 2nd round, 1-2, stop, pause, hook, knockout on Max Holloway.
If that happens, I'm gonna come over to your house and beat your fucking ass, dude.
Bro. He's not He's not knocking out Max, bro.
Hey, he's knocking out Max.
He's hey. But you even saying that hurts my feelings, bro. Like,
you don't think it hurts me? You don't think it hurts me too to say that? I'm just trying to give the audience an honest pick because you guys always pick the safe way that protects you guys from these fighters if you ever have to meet them.
It's not safe, dude. Holloway's.
You know what the comments have been saying? They're calling me, out of 3 of us, the people's answer. The people's answer. They call you guys Skip and freaking Shannon Sharp and Stephen A.
Sharp?
Smith.
Can I be Shannon Sharp?
Tiff is not gonna date you because you're Shannon Sharp. Stop
what
with
if
this
I wear
whole
glasses though? What if I wear glasses? He looks very handsome
to
in
make
glasses.
your eyes look more.
I'm gonna tape him back
Fine.
for the next episode. I just get my eye.
You canceled. Don't touch your eyes like that. All right, guys, those are our picks right there. Let's move on to the rest of the main event. Guys, this co-main event, it's amazing.
Banger.
It's a banger. If you like geriatric men, you're gonna love this fight. It's Carlos Condon versus Matthew Brown. That caca is when he did the elbow on Diego Sanchez. I always picture that sound when he goes like,
That is one of the craziest knockouts ever. And dude, I don't feel like it gets enough credit.
Because Diego just crumbled to the floor and shit.
Bro, and not even that. It's not even that. It's like the Matt Brown. You know how people do the walk away and we're like, oh, it was a walk away. He did the opposite. He did the look down and wait. That's when he just stares at the guy. That's ridiculous. That's what Alex said to me the first time we sparred, and Nick said he wouldn't go hard on me.
Bro, I can't even think. I'm so flabbergasted that Gilbert just said that Calvin Kattar's gonna knock out Max Holloway. Bro.
Yeah, it kind of makes me not trust you as a human being, but whatever. Continue.
You guys already know I love Max. It's the fact that I think you guys are really sleeping on it because we are such Max fans.
I'm not sleeping, bro.
You're sleeping.
I'm a huge Kattar fan, bro.
Listen, it's not about being a fan. It's about really look at the watch the last fight. You guys were so you guys were even pointing out all the technical nuances that he did on Ige. He didn't get touched the way Ige was moving in and
Dan
out.
Ige, dude.
You're in Hawaii. Respect him.
I love Danny. I'm a big Dan Ige fan.
How do you spell his last name? How do you spell his last name?
IGE. I follow him.
No, you spell IGN. That's a website. You're an idiot.
Yeah, you're changing letters. But listen, Max Holloway is a championship level fighter. He
beat Jose Aldo twice when Jose Aldo was still Jose, bro.
He is probably the greatest featherweight fighter of our era right now. So for you to say that Calvin Kattar, who's very, very, very good is going to go out and KO somebody who's never been dropped in his whole career, I think is a stretch. But if there's anyone that could do it, it is Calvin Kattar. But I don't think it's going to be his night.
Okay, I'm just saying, if you hike too many trails, sometimes you're going to fall. If you dedicate a whole YouTube to hiking trails, sometimes you're going to fall.
Hiker Holloway, baby, let's go.
Like, see, how can you not love that? Of course I love Hiker Holloway. I literally subscribe to that channel.
By the way, we did a hike in called Lulumahu Falls, and I ate shit twice.
Literally made that up, but okay.
Oh. All right, my bad, though. I'm just so flabbergasted and thrown off by Gilbert's choice.
You don't think... Why do you think I had to hesitate? Because obviously I'm going to say Max Holloway, but it's like, I can't disrespect also the puncher's chance and what I saw in that last fight with Ige, and I kind of rewatched some of the old fights. I didn't realize when you guys were talking about it when that happened, like, this guy is kind of insane with his hands and how he thinks. Yeah. With it's just... But
Calvin Kattar also got touched up a lot by Dan Ige. Dan Ige was in that fight for a good amount of that. Like, it wasn't until like the fourth or fifth rounds where he really started to pull away. But Dan
championship rounds.
Yeah, but also Dan Ige is a lot smaller than Calvin Kattar.
Max.
Yeah, exactly, because they're both the same.
And Dan Ige, that was his first 5-round fight. This isn't.
Guys, this is a
and it was a big jumping competition for Dan Ige.
I guess we should all have the same answer because you guys are so defensive.
Change your answer right now. Change your answer, dude.
I'm like, hey, you better change your answer, bro.
Oh, okay, fine. The Maguro brothers poke spot.
Nah. Yeah, no, Kattar. I feel like honestly,
man, we live in a puncher's
honestly,
chance
I feel like because I feel like Max Holloway beat Volkanovski. He already beat Brian Ortega. I think that this is probably one of his hardest fights in the division. Max Holloway.
The hardest fight.
Yeah, I think so. And it's not even a title fight. I think it's his hardest fight.
It's a harder fight than Alex Volkanovski.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree 100%.
But to say he's getting knocked out is blasphemous.
Okay, fine. He gets hit by a 1-2-3 piece, falls down, does not wake up for 2 seconds. All right, guys. Carlos Condon, Matt Brown. Alice, we'll start with you because you're so flabbergasted. Condon coming off a win. Matt Brown coming out of retirement. I don't even know where. Oh, he lost. He lost the last fight.
He lost to that kid from
yeah, he lost his last fight.
His name was Caramel Thunder.
That's right. Baez guy.
Good though, dude. Yeah, that's the name, bro. He's so good.
So I'll just get you guys quick. We'll just get your pick and a little bit if you guys want to say something on either fighter. So Nick, we'll start with you. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go Matt Brown because he's been more active. I feel like he's gotten better, and I feel like Carlos Condon he's still great, but I just feel like
more active.
Yeah, Carlos Condon took like 2 years off, bro. He had his first fight back since what? He blew his knee out or something like that?
Yeah, he fought Court McGee. Remember, we were also making fun of that fight?
Yeah, that one flew under the radar. So, but before that Court McGee fight, he hasn't really fought anybody in a really long time, maybe like a year. So I'll give it to Matt Brown.
Okay. Alex?
I'm going to go Carlos. Carlos looked good his last fight. I still feel like because Matt Brown won not his last fight, but the fight before that, and that was supposed to be his retirement fight, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. I think he should have stayed retired. Honestly, I think they both should just be retired. I don't know. I just feel like
36 years old is Condon and 40 is for Matt Brown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Condon. Just honestly, here's the weirdest reason: younger fighter. He didn't get knocked out in his last fight. Matt Brown did. I just think Carlos is going to take it. I think it's just a decision, though. I don't think either or finishes each other.
Wow. I am honestly flabbergasted.
It doesn't sound as good as when I said it, so.
Yeah.
My friend pooped next to Matt Brown in a bathroom stall, so I'm going Matt Brown.
With that knowledge, I'm going Matt Brown, too. I like Matt Brown. Honestly, look, I just feel like in general as a fighter, I think he has had more finishes later in his career. He likes to go for that finish, even if it costs him the fight. Carlos, a lot of decisions where he kind of dominates. So yeah. I think I'm just putting Matt Brown because I think he might just go for it. He's an old guy. He's like, let me just get this knockout.
I wish this fight happened like
20 years ago.
Yeah, me too. Right now it's not even that exciting.
We also got another fight, Santiago Ponzinio, which I think he's coming back from been injury. Yeah, he's been getting injured a lot. And then I always forget how to say this guy's name, but I feel like ever since the UFC started,
Jing Liang.
I trust Alex. He literally says.
I didn't read it. I was trying to go off memory.
Yeah, Jing Liang.
I'll probably just do my pick first because I love this fighter. I'm gonna give it to Ponzi.
I thought you were gonna go the other guy. I was like, of course.
No, I was going to. I saw Nick and I was like, ugh.
I was like squinting my eyes, like, don't you dare.
Stop, man. We don't have racist cams anymore. Now we're just racist.
Don't you dare. I could do it, dude. Fuck you.
Okay. Arms look small in that position. Back up.
Arms look small.
Yes. See how they look big now because of the light?
It's all about lighting and positioning. You could really make yourself look really big or really small.
Okay, show yourself really small.
Hey, make your stuff look real big.
Why do you look smaller when you get big?
Okay, but do the big one. Do the big one. Like, make yourself look big.
Like this? Like I just do this, right? Push my arms out like this?
No, but like big, though. You said you like big. Okay. No, big, though. Okay, I guess you can't do the big one. All right, fine.
All right. Shout out to the shout out to the podcast listeners. Have no idea what's happening. Alex, give me your pick and why.
I think Ponzinio. He's good. I think if he comes back and looks good. I mean, they were already talking about him being a really hard, like fight for a title. So I mean, if he can come back and look good, I mean, I think Ponzinio will win. I'm not a huge fan of Ling Jiang because that one fight where he was literally gouging that guy's eyes, like purposely, when he fought Jake Matthews, I think it was. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
He was caught in a submission and he kept like gouging his eyes. Like, I'm not a fan of that shit. So I don't think
well, sometimes you got to do. He's gonna do what he's got to do to win fights, you know. So that's why he's probably gonna win. I'm gonna go with Ponzinio, just because his eyes are very strong and they're very prone to not getting eye gouged.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say because he liked his eyes better.
Bro, but also Ponzinio, like, I'm going bald. Well, bro, you might just need to let the hair go, blood.
Hey, Ponzinio has a pretty legit record of people that he's fought.
He's good.
He beat Neil Matt. He hasn't fought since 2018, so he's been out for a really long time.
Which could be good.
Yeah, could be good. And he trains with a big team, American Top Team. He beat
Perry,
Court McGee, Mike Perry, Gunnar Nelson, Neil Magny. So that's a pretty good resume in my opinion. So, and if anyone beats Neil Magny, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Alex and Nick, we got another fight here. We got on a lot of lists from the 2020 as a fight of the year or knockout of the year. We have Joaquin Kung Fu Buckley versus Alessio di Charicco from Italy. I'm gonna just say something really quick on this fight. I was doing a little research. I have no idea why they made this fight. Joaquin Buckley, kind of on the rise of 2 straight wins. Dude, Alessio, I think he's lost like 3 or 4 in a row. Mm-hmm. He's probably one of those fighters that are going to get cut. I don't know why this is a matchup on the main event. I think it might just be giving Buckley another win just to build his res. But what a weird matchmaking. They're usually really good about matchmaking no matter what the situation. But to me, that's just really weird.
You know what this is like? This is like when they made Conor fight Dennis Siver. You remember that?
But Dennis Siver at least was like ranked top 10, even though it was kind of weird.
Nah, but he was like on a losing streak, and everybody was like, dude, Dennis Seaver's like 45 years old, and Conor's like 18 and shit. You know what I mean? Not 18, but you know what I mean? It's just like everybody knew that, like, oh, they're literally feeding him, you know? So
I don't know. I hope you get spinning back kicked by Dennis Seaver one day.
Yeah, and he'd probably beat the shit out of me. That guy looks so scary, and he's a German.
And guess what? He's also sleeping with Tiff.
Wait, what? Dude, Tiff.
Why does every time I do that, Alex is like,
yeah, he loves it. He loves fantasizing of my wife cheating on me.
On MMA fighters.
Yeah. Very specific.
I can't be happy. You guys can't be happy.
If I can't have Rivas, no, I can have Rivas.
What was the fight? Oh yeah, so I'll go Buckley.
Of course, Buckley. That's so weird.
They're probably trying to feed him. I was surprised they didn't make him fight Krause.
Yeah,
Because they're both 185, and James Krause didn't have a fight lined up. Now he's going to fight Diego Sanchez, it seems like. But
maybe they'll build that up. Because
who's going to fight Diego Sanchez?
I heard James Krause is campaigning, or Diego Sanchez is campaigning for the James Krause fight. So
Diego Sanchez for his last fight should be fighting Alessio de Charicco. That's who his last fight should be. I don't know what he's doing.
No, who they should make Diego Sanchez's last fight? Cowboy Cerrone.
Aren't they like homies though?
They're the same.
No, they used to be at the same gym, and then remember when Cowboy left, Diego started talking shit to Cowboy. And then Diego left. Yeah, so it was like, all right.
But they all get work done by Bo Hightower. So
Hightower.
That's
they got their backs cracked.
Alex, who you got for Buckley and Mr. Italy?
I got Buckley. Other guy's kind of tough, but I think Buckley wins.
Guys, I don't know why we're picking this. Everyone's choosing Buckley. I'm going to give you what
he lost to Cummings. Patrick Cummings' his last fight.
And he also lost to Arpad.
Wait, the Durkin? The Dirk? What's his name? The guy with the mustache?
Zach Cummings is from The Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, is it Zach Cummings? My bad.
Oh, Zach Cummings.
Not Pat Cummings. Yeah.
Because I was like, what? He went down to 185? Because Cummings is
this is why Alessio is on a losing streak. Okay, so he came into the UFC. He kind of back and forth. He finally got on a little run, a 2-fight run, and then Kevin Holland came into his life, and then he's been losing ever since.
Kevin Holland.
He lost his last 3 fights. He lost to Kevin Holland, this guy named Muradov, and then Zach Cummings. He's on a 3-fight.
Kevin Holland, bro.
When did he fight him?
2019. It was the Moicano versus Zombie fight. All right, guys. We got a middleweight fight between. Actually, this one is interesting. I actually started researching both these fighters. Punahalele Soriano and Dusko from Serbia. Todorovic. Both these fighters are coming. I believe they're both coming from the Contender Series. They both won their last fights. If you watch specifically the last fights and any other ones, they both fight very similar. They do the thing where they move forward and they do like what do you call that? Where it's like the hook, like close hook, walk forward, and then finish in the ground and pound. They're very similar. Who do you guys got? Nick, you're in Hawaii. Keep that in mind.
I'm going Soriano, Punahalele.
And check out his pokey spot called
Maguro brother.
He's the brother with
him and Max.
They don't have the Maguro last name, but they are the Maguro brothers.
Their names combined is Maguro. So shout out to the Hawaiian listeners, all 3 of you guys that are just real deep in this.
Yeah. Alex, you look really relaxed in your seat. How about you tell us what your pick is, and maybe I'll give you some spunk.
I got Punahele.
I know, what is wrong with you?
I got Punahele. Low key, because the fight card to me is just kind of weak, isn't it?
No,
but the styles make the fights.
The styles are crazy on this.
You may not know who the names are, but I think they're just bangers for.
I know, honestly, I'd rather see Carlos Felipe and Justin Tafa on the main card than some of these fights that are on the main card, to be straight up. But I think Punahele is gonna win. They're both undefeated though. This other guy's pretty good.
Which guy?
Dusko.
Dude, he's great. It's kind of
I think Punahele is gonna win. I do. Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. It really depends. I don't know, man. That's a toss up. Because they may fight like that against guys that they know they could fight like that against. Where they in their eyes they might be like, oh, I could walk this guy down and just have a slobber knocker with this dude, and I know I'll win.
Ooh.
Heavy puncher, but you never know.
Knocker.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
nope, I don't know.
It does. I don't know. There's not a lot to go off because they're both young in their careers. Because
they've both only had one UFC fight.
7-0 versus 10-0, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's a real toss up. Who's the taller guy? Usually I bet on the taller guy.
I think the Russian or whatever
Serbian
guy is.
Dude, yeah.
Serbian guy, 6 foot.
Yeah.
I just think Punahele is a little bit more clean with his striking.
Yeah.
He's a little more clean. I think that's
why he likes the chaos.
Yeah, he lives in the chaos, bro. He lives in it.
All right, guys, those are our picks for the main event for that fight card on UFC on ABC. Do you guys have any shout-outs for any prelim fights out there? We have Nick Lentz, and as Connors like to say, who the fuck cares about Nick Lentz?
That's Jeremy Stevens, but whatever.
No, that's different. He also did it to Nick Lentz.
Honestly, I think the fight that I think is going to be the coolest fight on that one is Carlos Felipe and Justin Tafa.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That should have been on the main card too.
Justin Tafa not doing it for his daughter, but I saw an interview where he said he's doing it for his son. So that's a new one.
Wow. Okay.
And he trains with Mark Hunt. So
hey, Philip Haas is really good. The guy he's fighting is also really good. So that should be interesting.
Philip Haas is now good. This is weird. I was so high on him. I think we've talked about it before. When everyone was talking about him, like when he came out of college and he was going to Greg Jackson, and then like lost a bunch. He even lost his Contender Series fight. Or no, he won that, right? Did he win that? He might have lost it. Anyways, but he's basically like on a nice little streak right now, though. So shout out to him.
He definitely looks like he's improved a lot. Like he's cleaned up a lot of his his attacks, his strikes, and it just seems like he's picking his shots a little bit better. And he's just like he's a big power puncher too, you know. So he's not. It doesn't seem like he's hunting for the KOs anymore, like he like how he got caught and lost before. Because who did he lose to? He lost to Julian Marquez. That's who he lost to in the.
And it's crazy because there's an interview right here that says
that was a nasty KO.
His career turned around from, and he says, "I want to thank my girlfriend for helping turning it around." Tiff Dunn. Interesting. All right, guys, that's our show for today. Alex, do you have any shout outs to any friends, family, movies, anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out our boy David. So shout out.
Check out the breathing episode, right? What episode is that?
It's the second to newest one.
Hey, cool, man. How about you carry this energy to the end of the show, please?
Hey, shout out Gabby for editing the videos. Shout out
to your Twitch.
Shout out to my Twitch. Shout out to Nick and Tiff out in Hawaii. Shout out to what happened?
He's with Aljamain.
Oh, shout out Aljamain
for stealing Nick's wife.
Hey, shout out this gorilla right here to my right, but yours.
Okay, Nick. Shout outs for you.
Shout out to the state of Hawaii for being
some love. Yep,
give us an amazing place to be. Beautiful. The people here and the locals here have been so nice to us. They're throwing up shakas left and right. When I let people merge onto the highway with me, they throw up a shaka, which is the coolest thing ever. And shout out to LA for having the highest rates of COVID. Yay!
Gang in it, bitch.
What's your shout out, Skill?
Shout out to our sponsor, Maguro Brothers. Check them out in Honolulu, Hawaii at 2 locations in Honolulu, Chinatown, or Waikiki Hotel.
Hey, shout out Tiger Belly.
Okay, all right. Dude, Alex is so dumb. We'll randomly play with people on Warzone. He'll be like, "Have you heard about the podcast Tiger Belly?" Well, this is Gilbert from Tiger Belly. I'm like, bro, I want to slap your butt and then kiss it if you keep doing that. Hey. Guys, make sure you follow Alex at LiftGod on all the social medias and his Twitch. Make sure you guys follow Nick the Ear. He's coming out with the NTE Academy for strength and conditioning training programming and all your advice that's going to be launching this year, 2021. So make sure you follow social media so you know when that happens. And like I said, our last episode, we are very excited for 2021 for the We Out Here family. We're doing a lot of new things. Look, we listen to you guys. We're now a podcast, and we never said we would be a podcast. We'll look out for some new things this year, more live streams, maybe some sponsors, maybe a change of colors. We actually want to invite you guys to be part of the rebranding of the show. We want to make this a community show. So down below in the comments or on our Instagram, if you want to send us fan art or new logo designs or just suggestions for what the color of the show, the theme colors would be, just let us know. We're happy to take all suggestions because we love you guys very much. Once again, follow those two guys. Follow me at Gilbert's. And I think that's the end of the show, guys. This is...
Shout out to Max Holloway.
Shout out Max Holloway, baby. Taking the dub.
Shout out to Calvin Cater because he worked hard in life as well. So let's not forget that. Only shoulders. Here's the drop. Yeah! Welcome to the We Out Here MMA podcast. We're doing it again.
for word, replay, encore.
Corners with no care, no love. Dumb hoe, you big slow moving like a